Welcome everybody. Dan the bodybuilder in Thailand here with my friend Elon. A lot of you guys from the last video recognized him from his old YouTube channel that also got censored around the time that mine got censored, Awaken Aesthetic. So yeah, it's the same guy. He was my friend back in Thailand. So today we're actually going to be talking about what it's like, what it does to your mind, leaving your home culture and going and like immersing yourself, living in another culture because it has powerful effects on you. Elon, what was the first week in Thailand like for you? Like coming with your American mindset.
So immediately when you get there, you have like a major culture shock. And I think it depends the context in which that you're going. For me, I was doing a study abroad program there, but I showed up more than a month prior by myself. So I didn't know anybody. So I was going to live in a Muay Thai gym. And that was like my base just to kind of like meet people and have a place to be at every day. And then I was
Yeah.
just planning on adventuring out from there. So even getting over there in the first place was like a huge hassle, and like we got lost like 5 times. The driver doesn't speak any English,
Oh,
and
getting to the Muay Thai camp
yeah,
from the airport.
exactly. Yeah, because in Thailand things aren't really on like Google Maps. You know what I mean? The same way that they would be in
Yeah.
America. It's hard to find things, and like it was down like a random street. In Thailand they're called soys, so soy means street. So like going down the street and finding the right street at like midnight at night was like impossible, and this driver had no idea where he was going. It was just like a classic Thailand situation, and
Seriously.
street
That must have
dogs
been
were
actually
howling.
kind of nerve-wracking to be with him who you didn't know who he was in the dark like that on your first night in a foreign country.
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty like trusting person. I wouldn't say that I'm naive necessarily, but I tend to trust people if they
Okay.
seem like they are legit. And this guy just seemed like he just wanted to get me over to my place as quickly as possible. So
Mm.
I wasn't like nervous about him doing anything, but I was a little bit stressed out because I was worried that we wouldn't be able to actually find a place.
Okay. And then so you come into America or to Thailand with your American mindset. Do you ever feel like I felt the way that I felt when I first got there was that I was like running people over because I had my American mindset going where you like take, or you really go after what you want, like with a lot of killer instinct. Like that's what's necessary. But there, that's not really necessary. You can be a lot more laid back and still get what you want.
Yeah, it's true. Like I remember, I was the biggest guy in the Muay Thai gym when I first got there, so I needed more food than everybody else. And
Oh,
like I had to like pretty aggressively like pursue the people to like, because it was like unlimited food, but the unlimited food wasn't enough for me, so I needed like a double order all the time. So I was always like harassing the lady for food, and she was just like, "What's wrong with this guy?" You know what I mean? Why doesn't he just like relax, you know what I mean? And they were laughing at me that I was like getting hungry and getting like antsy and stuff like that. And I needed like a certain level of comfort, whereas like they were more satisfied with less because, they're raised
yeah.
that way.
Yeah, that's one thing that you notice, right? As soon as you get there, you notice the portion sizes are smaller.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to feed yourself, especially if you're a bodybuilder, you're definitely going to have to eat 2 or 3 times the amount a normal Thai person would eat.
Yeah, I remember like my first couple weeks there. So like I was thinking, oh, I need to get more. But then at the same time, I was thinking like, well, I'm in a new country now, and this is the amount of food that they eat. So why don't I try to like, you know, make this be okay or something like that? I know that's not very bodybuilder like, but those were some of the thoughts that I had being in their country.
Like when we would go to the restaurants, like they would laugh at us as we like ordered all the food, and they would like make muscles at us, and like they realized who we were.
Yeah, that shit is so funny, man. Like because it happened to us so much, I don't even like think of it as anything though. But the fact that we would be walking down the street and like every single person that saw us would be like, "Hey, big muscle," and like trying to get us to like touch their arms and stuff.
Yeah, kids would like in my soy where like it was very local, like I was far away from the city center, so like kids that would see me would like cling to their mother.
They did.
and like point at me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. The kids are very shy. Yeah, yeah. There was a few times like where I'd be teasing kids too. I remember like sometimes they'd be driving on a motorbike and I'd be on the sidewalk, and they would be holding on to their mom, and then they'd look over at me, and they'd maybe have the dog, the two kids, the mom and the dad on the motorbike with the baby, and the baby would look over at me, and I'd make a face at it like and make a weird face at it, and the baby would be like, oh, get all scared and like start crying.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience because in America, there's so many different types of people that like you could be the biggest freak in the world and be in California or New York and nobody will even like bat an eye, you know.
I think people are more scared of bigger dudes in America, actually. In Thailand, they don't really consider it so much of a threat. Here, if you see dudes who are like really big, like if I see a dude who's IFBB pro size, like I'm pretty damn careful to be honest. If I
I don't
don't see him in the
know.
gym,
Yeah, in Thailand though, they see bodybuilding as like a gay thing. You know what I mean?
it has a connotation there. Yeah, yeah,
So maybe that's why like they think it's like when America, I think people perceive it more as like a masculine behavior.
yeah.
And like if you're a bodybuilder, you're more on the aggressive masculine side. But in Thailand, they think that you're like gay or some kind of like exhibitionist or something like that. Like I
I
had
don't,
gay
man.
guys
I don't
approach
think
me
people
at the
think
gym.
I'm gay there. The first thing that people think when they see me, I don't think they think that guy's gay. I don't think so, man.
I don't know. I had guys approaching me in the gym when I went to like those big gyms like Fitness or whatever, like around Terminal 21.
Yeah.
First Fitness, like dudes, like those gay dudes would like look at me and like come up to me and try to talk to me and shit. Like that would not happen in the US. Yeah.
Yeah, they're they can they're just trying to make a foreigner friend. They saw you and they're trying to make a foreigner friend.
Oh, they're trying to make a friend. I
No,
don't
I
think
had
the
some
average
fun ones
person
like
would
that.
think that you're gay. And girls in Thailand actually were really into guys who have muscles and who have a good physique because most of the guys
Yeah.
over there are like really dumpy old guys.
And they're just like it's a status symbol actually over there. Like
I
it is
think
here too, but it is more there.
kind of, yeah, because it shows that like you have enough money to like be able to like afford all these like hormones and food and like all this different stuff. And on top of that, you're white. So like if you're a bodybuilder over there, they definitely look at you. Yeah, I would say that it's definitely a status thing over there too.
And there's differences too there with like meeting women too, because the girls there, like you were talking about online dating, the girls there, they're not really gonna look at you no matter what if you look at them. Like if you look at a Thai girl and they can see that you are looking at them, they are like putting those eyes in the other direction, and those eyes are not moving back.
Yeah, I mean they get
They're scared.
uncomfortable. Yeah,
They're
they're
scared of
more
foreigners.
shy. Yeah, in public they're very shy.
So it's a good way to like to break the ice if with online dating. One of the things that I know you used online dating a lot, and then one of the ways that I did it was I did use online dating, and I also used cards, not index cards, but business cards. I would pass business cards out to cute girls and just
Yeah, I remember we were on the boat and you showed me your stack of cards that you would give out to the girls, and I was like, what the
that
hell?
that worked really well. And let me explain that really quick because uh, it there's so much. I'm a black sheep when I'm in Asia because no one looks like me. So because of that, everyone's looking at me. And if I go and talk to a girl I don't know and everyone's looking, that is putting so much pressure on her. And like I'm a foreigner, so they may think that I maybe have bad intentions or something like that as well. And so if you can't just get in there and then get out with like meeting those girls, you can't walk up to a Thai girl in public that you don't know and have a conversation with her. No, that's not gonna work. That's way too much social pressure on her. So the reason I would do it with those cards is because then I could just get in, give her a little compliment, like, hey, I thought you were cute, text me, and then just walk away. Just wouldn't even try to say it, just walk away.
But in Thailand, they would actually text you though. But in America,
Yeah,
like they probably would not if you just did something like that. Like they wouldn't.
there would be way less.
I think like what I realized in Thailand too that really changed the way that I just see life like on like a on like a ones and zeros levels. Like people in Thailand are literally alive. They're present to the moment. They're living their life. They have very low anxiety. Like they're shy, but they're not anxious like we are in America. Like in
Hmm.
America, it's like somebody gives you a business card. You're like, what's going on? Whatever. You go back to your like cubicle box that you like live in, and you're just like super stressed, and you're like watching YouTube. You're like, should I contact this guy? You're like, no, it's easier to just go on Instagram. And like we have this like weird like ADD like constantly. If you go
Yeah.
up to a Thai person and you're like, hello, here is this card, call me, I want to speak with you, they will contact you back. It's like they, it's like they treat you like you're a human being. They're like, oh, this person came up to me, he gave me this thing, he wants me to contact him. I will now go ahead and contact him. But in America, it's not as simple as that. There's like barriers between people that are like so meta that it's like hard to even